regiments to mount their steeds. Trouble deep in India, interrupting my repast, must suppress this seditious boulder dash, must quell this mutiny and regain our grasp with a mounted thrust. Right up the Khyber Pass, a mounted thrust. Right up the Khyber Pass. A mounted thrust up the Khyber. A mounted thrust up the Khyber. Ours is not the reason why. Ours is but to bravely ride on this mounted thrust. Up the Khyber, this mounted thrust. Up the Khyber, this mounted thrust. Up the Khyber. Afghanistan, came down the Grand Trunk Road in a caravan with the colored James monks and a Parsi clan and the largest mustache in Rajasthan. I got the largest mustache in Rajasthan. Well, it's been growing for about 10 years. You want to get to the top, you got to persevere. You think I'd shave this, leave just a beard? You got bats in the Belvedere. Ladies and gentlemen, from London, England, please welcome Queen Victoria. How pleased I am that you could join us here for tea. I've recently received a dispatch from the British East India Company. It appears on the frontiers there has been a spot of bother, rather a bit of a native mutiny. I'll send to India my Viceroy, Lord Muttonchops, to carry forth my decree. Cross over the Ganges River, whatnot, and you come across a big giant elephant. Let me give you some advice. Don't make that elephant mad. 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 Then I'll pontificate on irrigation and the eradication of starvation. Touch on overpopulation and the unification of the nation. Then of course there's famine, which is sort of a combination of starvation and overpopulation. It's an issue I really want to reach out on. And I have a glorious platform on agricultural reform. But first I'd like to catch me a tiger. I really like to catch me a tiger. I sure as heck like to catch me a tiger. A tiger. A tiger boldly rose and leapt upon the Viceroy, disturbing his viceregal pose. And then he did some other rather disagreeable things to the Viceroy, which I would rather not disclose. There's a lesson you should learn if you haven't learned it yet. You can't catch a tiger with a butterfly net. You can't catch a tiger with a butterfly net. You can chase him around the jungle like a Mary Martinet, from the flesh pots of Calcutta to the mountains of Tibet. Well, I'm just a blind mendicant who's lost a leg. Live on the market streets and I'm forced to beg. But I had a vision by the saffron star of pride and an empire before the fall. Yeah, I'm just a blind one-legged mendicant, but it seems pretty clear to me. And I would read you the writing on the wall if I could only see. If I could only see. Thank you very much. Thank you. The last days of the British Raj.
One more time for Jeff Ellsworth, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, really. You know, if it wasn't for Jeff Ellsworth, would any of you do that? You know, I mean, you have to appreciate Jeff. I mean, there's only one Jeff Ellsworth. You see the Smug Pot guy is here. Smug Pot guy laughs at everything I say. In show business, there's this thing that has to happen sometimes, in between things. It's like a bridge or a shelf that holds something else up. It's the space in between the this thing and the that thing. When you're a guy like me, you have to do this thing, and this is stalling. While K-Rob puts the right music on. And I can talk about space. The final frontier. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the monologues of the astrologer Pete Goldie, whose 5-minute mission to entertain using sex and excitement and graphic. Ladies and gentlemen, Pete Goldie. How you doing, Pete?
Hi, Jake.
Some gas and dust and a bunch of money being wasted and stuff.
Yes to the money thing.
Yes. How much money did NASA spend this week?
$287 million.
Sexy. Yeah. You were gonna fail anyhow.
Yeah, that's really.
Come on, talk about what's happening in space.
Mark Rowden. Mark Rowden is performing right now, and I'm up here. I want to talk about everything that's broken. Okay? No. Here we are, Mars. You see that? That's the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter.
What do you mean broken?
Broken. Yeah, that thing has not returned any data for 8 weeks.
Has it called me back in 3 months?
No, it's broken. They started having random reboots, and they decided to just put it in safe mode. And just hang out there for a while. We'll get back to you. Broken. Here you go. This is the Mars Expedition Rover Spirit in Gusev Crater.
Yeah?
Broken.
Really?
That's right.
Fascinating.
Hasn't moved at all since last April 23rd, except this week it moved.
It's kind of like this bit.
1 inch.
It sits there. It doesn't do anything.
It's moved 1 inch since April 23rd, much like this bit, right? It may be stuck there forever, but they're working on that. Hey, look at this. Remember, they landed a lander there on the pole of Mars, or the Phoenix lander?
Oh, I remember. How could I forget?
Broken.
What?
Hasn't moved or done a thing in a year. Exactly a year. Its last transmission was November 10th, 2008. Yeah.
Was it sexy? Was it sexy?
Oh yeah, next image. Look at this pretty shot. This spacecraft flew past our planet Earth. This is the European Space Agency Rosetta Comet Chaser. This thing was launched 5 years ago to a comet. And this morning, about 8 o'clock this morning, right over the island of Java, this thing flew by. It's just getting gravitational assists. This is the last one. It's had 3 gravitational assists of Earth, 1 of Mars, and then it's going to finally go out to that comet. And here's the cool thing on this spacecraft.
Yeah.
You see that little thing there?
What is that? Viewing platform?
That is
Is it full of cocaine?
That is a spacecraft within a spacecraft. When it starts orbiting this comet called 5 more years, that spacecraft is going to detach and sort of land on the comet.
Cool.
It's actually, the comet doesn't have enough gravity to really land on it, so it's going to get close to it. And then I think it's going to like shoot a spike into it and reel itself in or something like that. I don't know.
We're going to hurt
It's got some little thing. And this thing just flew by Earth this morning is a picture it took of Earth.
Yay.
It took it at 8 o'clock this morning as it was zooming by. That's our planet. That's where we live. Look at all the science that got out of that. But they did turn on the instruments. They had a lot of instruments running on that thing.
Did they turn them up to 11?
Yeah, they had to. And some of them they pointed at the moon while they were coming by. Why were they pointing at the moon? Because they thought, hey, maybe everyone else looking for water on the moon. Let's see if there's any water on the moon. Water on the moon. Next
Water
image.
on the moon.
Yep. And in that, they keep taking these pictures, trying to find where the Centaur rocket booster impacted in the Capus crater to find the water on the moon. And they keep photoshopping these things and doing everything they can until they got something to show. Well, now they have this smudge. I'm glad to show you.
Smudge.
Yes, they finally got this smudge going here for you.
How much did that cost?
That mission was $467 million, but it finished. It finished. They impacted on the moon, and they made the smudge.